our third marketing workshop that we're doing. I can't believe this is already the third one. And today we're going to be talking about LinkedIn, Facebook, and also we're going to be reviewing a website. And let me just share my screen so that we can get started. Okay, so we have to wait till the computer moves. Okay, I forgot to tell you that this is Gloria Lafont, and I own a small marketing agency here in Florida, and I work with small and medium-sized businesses. I've been in the marketing consulting business for a very long time, and about more than 25 years, so before the internet. So, and for a few years, I kind of started a promotional marketing agency and became a distributor. And then I kind of went back onto the marketing agency full service model. I kind of like it. I love working with small businesses, and that's my passion. So I went back in there. So I started these Q&A sessions because there's so many information out there, and it's impossible to really determine and invest all the time that you need into researching which one is going to be better or how to do things, because as it is, we all have a full plate just running our businesses. So okay, so let's just dive into today's session. So we have been getting a lot of questions both with Facebook and LinkedIn. Time consuming, I hate Facebook. Some people love Facebook and hate LinkedIn. So, okay, so let's dive in. LinkedIn is kind of like a natural for us because being a business-to-business network, it's a place where we can go and connect with other business people. And there is so much information that we can find. It's going to be the first thing that we need to kind of think about is that we need to be strategic about these kinds of networks, whatever it is that you're going to do, or any kind of marketing for that matter. We have to be very strategic because otherwise it's a big waste of time. So how does it fit into the whole thing you're doing to get clients, and how are you going to use this as part of that whole thing? It's like if you join the chamber, for example, and you never go to any events, of course you're going to get nothing out of that. Just by joining alone, you're not going to get anything. But if you go and maybe you just go here or there and sporadically and just give cards to whoever you meet around, and not connect with anyone beyond that, then you're also not going to get very much either. But if you kind of take time to go and start making connections and start talking to people and inviting them for coffee or things like that, and going to all the events, and you start seeing familiar faces after a while, and you become a familiar face. So this kind of works the same way. So things that LinkedIn is really, really good for. The one thing that I think is probably the best place to find pre-qualified leads, it's something where you can, if you have defined who your target audience is, and you have, for example, determined that there are companies that have X number of employees and are located in certain locations or in certain industries, you will find all that information here. You will find who those companies are and who the contact people that are, and you can really kind of get yourself around and start meeting people in those companies in that way. And also, if you decide that you're going to do some sort of customer acquisition program where you're going to be doing some bulky mail and start mailing every week, you can find who needs to get the mailing right here. And besides, you could even send them a message. Hey, I sent you a package, and you start connecting in both ways. Believe me, you are going to get attention. So Then the other thing that is good for, you can also connect with those leads through discussions that you join different groups and you participate, and also by posting articles, which is by far the best, and you should all be writing. If you think you can't write anything, believe me, you have a wealth of knowledge in your business and in different aspects of your business. So think of questions that your clients ask regularly, and those are the topics that you want to be posting about. So anyway, that's a different topic. But if you do post articles, then you position yourself as an expert. And when you do post them, they go on a stream. Not just your connections see them, but many other people see them. And then you can also share, relevant posts that you read somewhere, and you share them here with a comment and about it. Also, you can connect with clients. Find them and they become a connection. And then whenever you post and do things, then you remain in front of them. You could also follow companies and be on the lookout for trigger events. Maybe one of your clients is merging or is rebranding, and you would know otherwise, because these are things that they're not just telling you. But here you can find that out in a timely manner and then go in and you know what to do, right? So on LinkedIn, the most important thing for all of this for you to be positioned in the right way is to optimize your personal profile. So in your personal profile, you want to think about your client, your ideal client, I mean, and you want to convey that you are the ideal solution provider for them. So forget about listing all your accomplishments, which is good to have there, but on the first paragraph at least, and on the title, you want to have the benefit that you provide to who you provide it, or to whom you provide it. I have an accent, I'm sorry. So so that way, as you are posting in different groups and participating in conversations, people are going to come and see who you are. They're going to check your profile. So you want to, when they read it, you want them to see that you are someone that they want to call and do business with. I have to say that I have personally gotten leads from LinkedIn. Some have been just worthless. Some other have been good, and I have ended up doing business with. And I have also found providers through LinkedIn. So definitely something that you want to spend time in doing. I know that I just hit on the critical word time, right? Okay, so now let's take a look at Facebook. Facebook, on the other hand, is a community type of networking space. And it's a place where people are going to be talking about casual things. It's not so much about business, even though there's a lot of business going on. But people will ask recommendations. Will ask people will share information. They will share information about different places they want to visit. I'm sure you've all seen that. So that the thing is that your clients expect you to be on Facebook, and some people are not on LinkedIn. I have clients, big corporation clients, who are not on LinkedIn, or they have a profile that is totally empty and they never ever even go there for anything, but they are really active on Facebook. So they have actually contacted me from their personal Facebook account. So it's weird, but that's the way it is, and people like to you have to kind of be where your clients are. So this is being a community. It's not like you're going to create a community. It's really that you're going to be participating in the community that is already there, and you pick the community that you want to be with, and eventually you could create your own community. This is something that pages of charities and artists and different kinds of more directed to consumer are more likely to actually build the community. But in our case, we want to be part of the community, and share information with our community. So, okay, so now let's see. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's take a look at something that I find very interesting, which is the main reason why you want to be there, or one of the reasons why you want to be there. Here you have, this is something that came up on my feed. Anyone have a garage door repair company they can recommend in Frisco? I'm pretty sure if you're on Facebook, you have seen this kind of thing come up. And of course, there they go, all the answers and all the recommendations. And everybody's willing, I covered, of course, the authors for their protection. And so here, everybody's like posting, links and things. So, this person has a lot of sources now to check out. Now, out of all the different things that I see on asking for recommendations in that arena, the one that I found the most outrageous is this one here. This is a lady who is having hip replacement surgery, and she is asking for people, what kind of technique was used, if they had it in the last five years or so, the technique that was used, and she's specifying, and what happens in the first 2 weeks after surgery, and how long. I mean, yeah, it's valid that she may want to ask about those things, but to ask the technique, I mean, the doctor would know the technique, and maybe not all the techniques apply to everybody. I think that this is outrageous. And I mean, she had 10 comments at this point when I kind of screenshot this. But this is to show you that what goes on, how people connect, and they may have never ever seen each other faces and met personally, but here they are exchanging information online. Now, if you think that that's very hard for somebody to be asking for promotional product items and recommendations, let me just show you this one over here. This came up on our business feed. My social media girl found this, and she screenshotted, and she said, should we go? Anyway, looking for a reliable, excellent, and fast company that can do personalized printing on items such as bags, giveaways, journals, etc. Doesn't need to be local. Anybody? Do you know anybody? So yeah, of course, people here, they listed all of the recommendations. So if you happen to be participating in this kind of community, believe me, you are going to see that, and you can say, hey, I can do that. So this is what's going on. And if you're not in there, besides the fact that your clients expect you to be there, then you're missing out. So, okay, so let's see what we need to do, right? The first thing that you need is, of course, have a business page. Now, I wanted to point out that a business page is different from a personal page. So I've had clients that come in and say that to take a look at their business page, and it turns out it's a personal page. It's not a business page. So you do need to have a personal page to create a business page, and you want to have both. I'll explain that in a little moment. And with the business page, one thing that is great is that you can gather reviews. People can actually write reviews on your page. And this gets indexed by Google. When somebody's Googling your company, you are going to come up on Google, and your reviews are going to show up from the Facebook page. And of course, you having a business page, you can advertise on Facebook if you decide to advertise on Facebook. You cannot do that with a personal page. And also, of course, the personal has the limitations 5,000 likes, which I don't know about you, but I have a way to go before I get 5,000 likes on my business page or personal. So, okay, so what can you post about on Facebook, right? Well, how do you maintain that? So I made a little list of things that we usually look as sources and material to post and organize. And the first one, of course, is your own blog posts. If you do blog posts, this is an excellent place to share them, because it's going to drive traffic to your website, which is one of the benefits of Facebook. In fact, we see in some of our clients, most of their traffic be coming from Facebook. And it is invaluable because it is very, very targeted. So, and also you can whenever you write a blog post, you can write little snippets of that post and post it at different times. You know, some things are relevant a year later, and or even 2 or 3 years later. So you can post it again and drive traffic back to your website. Of course, you can also post photos of work you're doing, you know, your own projects. And those are awesome because people get to see who your clients are, right, indirectly. And basically, every time you order, you know, you have an order that it's an interesting item and something fun, you know, get a sample sent to you and take photos of it and post them everywhere. That shows your character, your personality, and the type of work you do. And events that you may be participating, you know, be a fundraising event, or maybe you are hosting an event in your company, or you are going to an event. Maybe your school nearby is having some sort of a sports event and you're going. So you want to post about those things. Holidays, but not, of course, not the usual holidays. Of course, you are going to post on the holidays, but you also may want to post, you know, today is National Donut Day, and did you eat your donut today, or something like that. Those kinds of posts I find do really, really well because people enjoy them and share them. And also, you know, of course, current events. Maybe there is something going on in your town. A new building just got finished. The road got finished. The work was done and it's complete, and now everybody's happy and there's no traffic. And you want to, you know, do comments about that. Volunteering that you might be doing in different things. Milestones that your company has achieved, or maybe an employee graduated college, or even your client got some accomplishment and recognition, and you want to mention them there and congratulate them. You also want to post about other you know, things you find online that are interesting. Always you want it to be related to your business, and you know, to in some way, to not necessarily to the products itself, but the way the products are used. You know, find something interesting on how somebody used something for an event, so you post it here, or you know, that kind of stuff. And of course, about your staff. You know, this one has a birthday. This one is already a year in our company. You know, things like that. And of course, charities that you support and they're doing some kind of event and fundraising. So you will also post. So all of these make good posts that community would be enjoying and wanting to share. Now, the truth is that Facebook, since it went public, is not really so keen on showing your posts to people, right? They want you to pay. And posts are getting very little, you know, distribution. So only a small percentage of the people that have liked your page actually see your post. And the way they pick the people is, you know, people who usually like your posts and share your posts. Those are the ones that see your posts the most. And let's face it, you know, those might be your mother, you know, your friends, but they're not really your clients. So, but there is a solution for that. So what you do with that is you promote your posts. So one way that works really, really well is to share those posts to groups. I don't know if you're familiar. For those of you that are not familiar, I should say, on Facebook, you can join different kinds of groups, and usually your local area will have several groups, business groups, you know, networking groups, and that are, you know, on your city. So, for example, we have in our area, we have the Chamber of Commerce has a group. The biggest Chamber of Commerce of the area has a group, or there is a Southeast Florida networking group, and there is the news networking group of this and that, business connections, all kinds of different local groups. So you can join those and share your posts there. Now, to share onto groups, you have to do it with your personal account. You cannot do it with your business account. So, but if you know, it doesn't take that long to do. It really doesn't. You have a little system, and you could take 15 minutes to do that. And as far as uploading the posts, you can actually do that on once you have those organized. We like to organize them on a spreadsheet. You just post them, and you can schedule the posts to be published. You can do it on, for example, on a Saturday, and then you have your posts so that they're going to be published on each day of the week, and you do 5 at a time. It's really not a big deal. And then each day, through your personal account on your phone or your iPad, you share them to the groups with a little comment, and that brings a lot of traffic to your, if it's your website, to your website, and also to your page, and likes and people engaging with you, seeing your logo out there and seeing what you do and knowing about you, which is the whole point. The other thing is that you can actually boost your posts and advertise. Now, you may be thinking, why would I want to do that, right? Well, one excellent feature that Facebook is offering is the ability to target your advertising in a way that I've never ever seen anything else before. It's a marketer's dream. So for us, you could, for example, choose people that are interested in your local chamber, again, on the page of the local chamber, or people that belong to XYZ industry. Say, for example, that your target audience is the construction industry, for say, so to speak. So then you want to show the ads or add to your custom audience people who have liked that page. So you can also upload your email list of your clients list, or people that you meet around, or and then those advertisements will show to those people. Of course, provided that they have joined their Facebook and through that same email. That's the only thing. But it usually, not 100% of the emails will be uploaded and usable, but at least 80%. It's amazing. So it's a really very, very beneficial way for you to advertise. Say, for example, back to school, and you have a lot of school clients. So then you advertise that, that now it's time to order all the uniforms or the sports things or things like that. Or, order time to look at the holiday gifts, and here's my company where you should come and see it, for example. So all those things are very effective and very, very inexpensive. I'm talking, you could be spending $50 a month or even less doing this kind of thing and getting a lot of visibility in your area, in your local area. And if you're a local business, if your market is local, then this is something that you really want to learn and get on to doing, or hiring somebody to help you out, either one of those two. But it is worth it because, again, everybody, businesses, your clients expect you to be there. So you want to be part of that. So I hope that this kind of gives you an idea of the benefits. And as far as the time, I'm drinking a glass of water. The time, yes, it does take time. It's not something that it doesn't take any time. It does take time. But I find that if you are disciplined and you set aside, I do Saturday mornings, I get up early usually, just set aside the morning to work on your business and promote your business. This is as if you were able to put your ads and your posters all over town, but you had to actually go and put the posters, So would you do it if that was worth it and you would be able to do it? Of course, you want to take advantage of that. Okay, so much for social media. So now we are going to take a look at a website. So this is a website of a distributor, a fellow distributor company. He specializes in screen printing. And I just wanted to quickly say that your website is a sales tool that is invaluable. It's out there 24/7. And Its job is to build your credibility, to help your business get found, and also to communicate that you are the best choice to work with in your area and in your specialty. That is the job of your website. So let's switch screens over here, and let me see if I can do this smoothly or not. Let's see. All right, here. Okay. Okay, so this is our website. And this website looks really great, I have to say. The first impression is that immediately communicates that this is a website of a company that does screen printing, digital, t-shirts, and if I'm looking for that, I'm definitely going to understand that this is the service I was looking for. So the way I see it, like I said, the first impression is excellent, and I apologize about that. Let's just shut it off. The banners are really good. I like the banners. They clearly, they have a nice photo, and they explain, they have a nice style on a photo. Quickly, you can quickly identify that you got to the right place. If anything, this text at the top, I would probably include it in nation here. I think this is overkill and too much stuff all over. I would kind of put it under each of these. Now, as we scroll down and we find the next section of the website, we find this video, which is a video that is kind of like an advertisement of your company. It doesn't really tell anything about what you do, or in other words, I don't think that this here is the place for that video. I would put that video at the bottom, or further down, where it says what our clients say, for example, and you could have that video under that title, because people don't know. This is, like I said, again, this is an advertisement. It's nice. So I would not have that there, either in the section of testimonials or at the bottom, where our clients say, or something like that. What I would have here is, I would have okay, before I get into what I would have here, let me just quickly show you the navigation. There are too many links, and this navigation is a little bit confusing because, for example, I have for starters, and I don't know, for starters is where I start, and where I start is going to be different if I want to order work shirts than if I want to order something for my team, or if I want to order gifts. So this is kind of not clear. And when I clicked here, what this is like the economy section, so I would kind of call it what it is, and definitely not have it here. I'll show you in a minute where I would have that. Advanced search is the same. I haven't even started searching, so now I can advanced search. So that is confusing. I would not have that there either. Decoration options, that is excellent. I don't know that I would have that there, because when people are searching for these products, they're not searching by decoration. They're not searching screen printing. They're not searching embroidery. They're not searching digital printing. They're searching t-shirts, jackets, caps, bags or whatever. They're not asking. I haven't never come across somebody that tells me I need some embroidered shirts. They tell you I need some polo shirts, and you ask them how you want them, and then you discover that they want them embroidered. So to that effect, the decoration options is great information, but I don't know that I would have it there. Virtual showrooms, when I came here, this is kind of your projects, and I would just call it projects or projects showroom. And then it's excellent. You have a lot of photos there of work, and that is excellent. Meetups, that's great. This is a great page that you put here with your staff and about what you do and why you're doing it, and that is very well done, I think. So It's just my computer is a little slow, of course. But I think that this is great. This is great. People usually want to see who they would be doing business with, and how, exactly a little bit more about the person behind the company, right? So that you have done a good job here. Endorsements, that's your testimonials. And again, I would definitely have that video in here. You could also have it at the homepage, but at the bottom of the homepage. So what I would have in place of the video is I would have a section. Okay, let me just lower this. Okay, I would have this divided in sections. For example, maybe three. If you can imagine this divided in 3 columns or 4 columns. Let's say 3 columns. So in this column over here, I would have school teams. In this column, I would have work clothes. Here I would have uniforms, and of course, this is provided that these are your segments. You would determine what your segments are and have one page for each segment and a visible link to that segment. Because once people decided that yes, this does screen print, this does t-shirts and jackets and shirts, this is the place that I'm looking for. Now what else? I want to see what they have for me. So if you have something here, if there's a person that's looking for work clothes and you have work clothes here, then they're going to click there. They don't care about the rest of the stuff. They just go directly to where they want to go. And what I would include in this section would be, like I said, if you have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 different segments, do one for each. And then on that page, you talk directly to them. And I would include the budget. What you have here for starters, I would have budget-friendly economy, or however you think it would be better to identify them, so that people know that this is their place where the cheap stuff is, right? And then here, you could talk about the decoration options. And I would definitely have another of those buttons or sections that would clearly be promotional product catalog for people to click and find the catalog. This is really your catalog, right? So when people click here, they go to a catalog site, and I would definitely have that more visible down here somewhere. So I hope I am able to come across the right way, but this would be like buttons. If you can imagine that in divided in sections, and each one you have a click here because I'm going here. So that would be kind of the way that I think it should be done. You may also want to add information about how the art should be come to you, your ordering process. That kind of information would be useful. People want to know how long does it take, whatever questions you get. Nothing comes to my mind right now, but whatever questions you get about the turnaround time, the wearability, I don't know, whatever it is that you find that would be good information for your clients, how they need to provide the artwork, or that kind of stuff would be. But as far as what you have, I think in general is good information. Now back to each page that I'm suggesting that you add. Say for example that you work with schools and you do a lot of their teams and their clothing for the different sports events and things. If you have a section that is just for schools, and then people, again, they don't search t-shirts. Sometimes they will search t-shirts for schools. And to that effect, you want to go to onto Google AdWords has a tool. It's called a planner, AdWords planner or something like that, keyword planner. And there you can type in t-shirts and screen printed t-shirts and things like that. It'll give you a bunch of options of combinations of words, and that's what's going to give you what people are typing in the browsers when they're searching for your items. So out of that list, it's a long list, and of course it's some of it is worldwide and wide in the United States. But you can pick the one that you find that would be more the way that in your area they refer to things. Because I find that in different areas they refer to things differently, and you want to really totally talk their language, but however they call things. So, and then by having more of an explanation, or you can even have more photos about what the shirts are for, then they're gonna say, wow, this person is an expert, this is what they do, and this is who we need to talk to. That's kind of how that works. So so I hope I gave you a little bit of light on that. The only thing that I found is that, for example, I find that this text here is pretty good. It really clearly explains what you're all about. So I find that this is excellent, especially the first paragraph. If you wanted to break it down and have it in different places, excellent. Once again, I would add this to, I think I love this, imprinted promotional gifts, gadgets, and giveaways. I mean, that just says it all. So I will have that sentence here on the promotional products in here, in this place here. Okay, so then, oh yeah, the contact us page, just a small suggestion here. I would add at the top a title to this, like tell us about your project, and so that people know, you know, you have to tell people what to do. If you do, you increase response. So you would say, tell us about your project, and then they fill the form. I mean, ideally, you may want to have a little bit more information, like, for example, you have an event coming up, and you have, so it's more specific. But even if you don't, just having, tell us about your project and whatever, this, I find that people do, if they search, you know, after hours and things like that, then this helps. Then, okay, so when you have here this get started button, it's a good button to have. It's a good call to action, but it should take you to your contact us page and not to the for starters, because, you know, this is a very specific and not everybody may be looking at this. So I would not send people here, because they may just end up buying one of these things and you wanted them when they maybe had a budget for something a little bit more. So I would kind of not direct them here through the get started button. Okay, I think that I also wanted to say that you have a great, excellent, awesome showroom here. I don't like the word showroom for some reason. That's, I guess, me. And virtual, much less, because this is understood. And I, you know, if you have done all of this, then I would definitely say that this is you're showing off your work, instead of showroom is really my, you know, projects, our projects, and you show or our work or something that it implies that it's your own stuff. So, and again, I think this is great. I love the way this looks. On the view showrooms, this is very well done also. And so if you have done all of this, again, that's great. If you haven't, then you could say ideas or something, you know. But this doesn't need any fixing. To me, this is really good, other than the name. The other thing that I noticed that I had my techie look into, you, at this point, you don't have any Google Analytics installed. So you definitely want to do that, because in time you want to monitor how many visitors you're getting. Maybe you already have that in the plans, and I'm being a little bit redundant, but definitely make sure you do add that, and make use of all the tools that Google has, you know, for free for businesses. You know, it really helps to see which pages your clients are visiting, or visitors are visiting, and which ones are the most visited, and which you should maybe tweak things, because you have a high bounce rate. I mean, things like that you will be able to to improve over time. You know, the information is excellent. So I think that that's pretty much it. I hope that, see, gives you a good idea what I was talking about. Maybe not so many pictures so close together, but you could have, this is for the, I'm referring to the homepage. Like, for example, you would say schools, school teams, for example, and then at the bottom, you would have some text saying something, and then people will click and go to the page. Like a little teaser text to send people over. And then you will have the main sections. You will divide your website in sections as to the different types of clients that you serve. So I guess that does it. That is all for today. I hope it was helpful, and that it did answer your questions, and that if you have any questions for next time, be sure to go onto our Facebook page. And we right now have very little likes because it's a brand new page. You are welcome to like it. And thank you very much for coming. And I'm going to show you my contact information. And so that if you want to connect, I would love to hear from you. And remember that the next session is the third Friday in September. I'm not sure what day is that. This is all my contact information. And thank you so very much, and have a great afternoon.